Guys, we don't know what's going on. We basically want to bring the podcast back, but not as a podcast, as a video. Basically, hi everyone. As you know, we used to do Every Blonde Needs a Brunette, and
you guys still talk about it to this day.
Even though
it was
short-lived.
Was that 2-3 years ago now?
Yeah, and if we guys ever meet you in person, it's like the one thing you guys always say to us. You're like, bring it back, we miss Every Blonde Needs a Brunette.
Which is weird, because at the time it didn't really feel like anyone really cared that much.
Yeah.
But
and
actually, upon reflection,
I feel like we actually spilled too much tea on that.
And yeah, we kind of told every single tiny detail of our lives.
And every man that ever did us wrong ended up in Every Blonde Needs a Brunette.
And we would get texts from them being like...
Yeah, we got some really bad repercussions of the podcast. But you guys really miss it, so we wanted to bring it back, but in a different form.
Yes, and I feel like our YouTube these days, we don't upload enough.
Yeah.
And I feel like this would be a good way for you guys to keep up to date with our lives.
Yes, because obviously we love our vlogs, but we feel like we just, basically every week, we're just going to bring you a sit-down, chatty video where we just chat whatever we're feeling, whatever's going on in our lives.
You know we can yap. We can yap for years, but I feel like in the vlogs, we're not really yapping because we're showing you things.
Yes, and we're just telling you about the trip. Whereas I feel you guys don't actually know that much about
our personal
current lives. Look at this pillow, because look how ugly
that
is. We could bring in, but this week we thought we would talk about girls' trips
because we're going to Santorini, which is kind of like a coupley place to go.
Is it?
And we're going with our group of friends. But well, if I'm honest, I feel like every single group has the planner of the group, right? Do you know what? It's not even me. It's Archie.
It's half. I'd say it's you and Archie.
I'm going to say it's Archie 70, me 30. I'm not going to take credit.
Archie, you guys know him, right?
Although I have booked half the things.
Yeah, you've booked quite a lot of the things actually. On our trips, Grace is the planner.
Oh my god, I'm like psycho.
She is planning. A planner.
I love to have an itinerary. I like to know where to go. That's why Rome did stress me out a bit, because we didn't book anything for
We
Rome.
went in with no itinerary, and I know that stressed Grace out.
I felt like on edge.
Yeah.
I was on the edge of glory, but I just had to do it the Italian way.
There's 5 of us going, 4 girls. Oh, how many girls trips have we done?
Well, we've done Barcelona with Amelia and Mabel, and then we became a bigger group, and we did Sorrento.
And we did Capri. You don't know your friends unless you actually like spend time on a girls' trip.
Yes, they do say that, don't they?
Like it's so true though.
Well, me and Grace know we can live together.
Like I'm very easily irritated as well. I think we both are low-key. Like it's not that hard to piss us off.
And also you've got to think social batteries as well.
Oh my god, my social battery's like... But like you have to find friends that don't drain your social battery. Have we had any iconic girls' trip moments?
Oh, we've had so many.
Oh my god. So our first...
Have we told the Bulgari story? Have we ever...
Oh, that's such a good one. Wait, should we like go from the start from our girls' trips?
So we've done...
Low-key, I know this doesn't even really count, but I feel like our first like girls' trip was actually just me and Grace going to Barcelona.
Because that holiday shaped us.
It honestly shaped us. Like, if you guys want to like get the full debrief, go on Every Needs a Brunette on Spotify, because we have like full episodes about Barcelona because it was so iconic.
Barcelona was like insane.
It was the first time we both had male experiences,
and I feel like we it was the first time we started drinking
alcohol,
drinking properly.
Yeah, it's the first time we like drank
wine. We'd never tried wine before.
We never tried wine, and we were like, oh, should we order a bottle?
That's why we're so drunk.
No, guys, we were just constantly pissed. I remember our mums messaging us, and they were like, are you okay? Like, I've not heard from you in days.
And we didn't post anything the whole trip.
No, we didn't.
We had all these plans to get pictures, and it was supposed to be a really wholesome holiday.
It was meant to be.
We had
a wholesome trip.
We were going to go see a church.
Oh, it just turned. And we like went on our first dates there, and we double dated. We met other people.
There was Australian, there was Swedish.
And the girls' trip after that was like our first one, which was
Barcelona again. We had such a good time. We were like, we need to go back
with our 2 friends,
and that was fun as well. What did we get up to that one? Oh, we went in the sea at 5 AM. We also pretended that we were a part of a birth club. So we set all
that
of our...
That was the funniest thing!
We set all of our lock screens
to pictures of babies,
but like in really weird outfits.
And we would go up to random guys who would be talking to us.
And then, yeah,
and we'd be like, oh, I'm actually a mother.
Oh, like, this is my baby. Like, oh, we actually met at a birth group. And this is like just, we're all teenage pregnancies, and this is just, we are looking for fathers.
No, I remember that was like we
Like, can you be a stepdad?
Yeah, but like, could you step up to the plate for like baby May? And they would like actually believe us because like,
and we called them like the most ridiculous.
Because like,
names.
what freak would like have a block
Put
screen
that as
as a
their
baby? So actually, like men believed us.
Yeah, they did. We tricked them all.
That was
we
so
had some,
iconic.
We found some suitable stepfathers. Would you say you've had a holiday romance?
Have I had any holiday romances? I mean, yes, but
I would say the Australian was your holiday romance.
I was obsessed with the Australian.
He was like your first proper crush.
From
like,
Barcelona, our first trip to Barcelona, I like was in love with this Australian man, and he was not in love with me. Let's be real here. He like fancied like a 35-year-old woman. And I was so deluded. I was like, no, like he definitely fancies me. Like, guys, you did not. You've had a holiday romance. The Swedish.
Yeah, that didn't end very well, did it?
That did not end well. After that, it was Sorrento with like the group of 6.
And that's another place that isn't really like what you would expect to be a typical crazy holiday. Like, it's kind of a couple's destination.
We went for a wholesome time.
But we found this karaoke bar.
Oh.
And it was full of like
Americans. Hold on, it all started at the Capri.
Oh, Capri.
We did one night in Capri.
How
we went
far
to the
was
club and we were out till like 6 a.m.
We actually saw a group of British influencers in there as well.
Yeah.
Which was weird.
Your favourite British influencer, she was there.
We became friends with the heir to
a massive brand.
Think like in America, like a really huge American
brand.
company.
He thought they were joking about like, because his friend was like, oh yeah,
he wasn't showing off about it at all. Like, I would never have known.
Oh no, you'd never have known.
Like, but his friend was really showing off, and he was almost like nudging him, like, please stop, please stop.
And yeah, he ended up being the heir to one of the biggest companies in America. Grace ran on the stage and got the microphone somehow.
I got the microphone, sang Dancing Queen. That was fun. I remember running around with, we were quite tipsy. We was with Amelia, who, if we're out with Amelia, we get really drunk. And we found, we were just running around with this St. Patrick's Day hat.
And I was doing the Michael Jackson dance.
Yes, with the hat.
And then, even funnier, so I was sharing a room with Archie and Sophie and Mabel. No, Archie and Sophie, who had gone home. And I couldn't get back into my room, my hotel room.
So Grace came into our room and there was no duvet for her. So I wake up and what do I see? I see Grace curled up in a ball on the sofa.
I had Grace's top on me as a duvet.
With my beach club outfit.
Yeah.
On her like this.
Like makeup on, literally just curled up. Was I on the floor or was I on a bed?
You were on some weird sofa.
I was on like a sofa chair. Oh, guys, it was literally terrible. And then also Archie woke up the next day with all these texts being like, let me in, I have no comb.
Mabel left the door open for us, but we assumed it was locked because Mabel was asleep. So we were banging on the door like, Mabel, answer,
That's it,
she was like, guys, I literally left it open for you, like, I've been risking my life.
It was like
so 5 in the morning.
Day. Like a boat to Sorrento, like hungover as fuck.
No, but we paid for it. I remember our first night in Sorrento, I was in a sour mood.
You were so sour. I was trying to bring the vibes.
You know when you just can't, like for me, when I get tired, I literally just cannot speak. This was on our last night, I think. Or was it the second?
No, second to last, because the last night was the tour stream. Okay. So, I saw this guy at a bar, and I'm not lying when I tell you he was the most hot guy I've ever seen in my life.
This is why I stand by the fact that I think Grace's soulmate is Australian.
Yeah.
I believe your soulmate is Australian.
Agreed. Clip this at my wedding.
I would never fall in love.
Yeah, like I saw this Australian guy and he was covered in tattoos, he had a moustache, like he was just like Johnny Depp, like he was so attractive, and I was just like, if I don't go up to this man and just tell him he's attractive, I'm missing out. So
come on, after a drink, if you see someone you fancy, you do just go.
I just had the confidence, so I strolled up to him and I was like, he was literally sat with his mate, and I was like, I just want to tell you, like, I think you're really attractive. I actually can't believe I don't think I'll even do this now.
We've got videos of Grace going up to him as well, because obviously we film everything.
And I was just like, I just think you're really attractive, like, what are you doing tonight? Are you out tonight? And he was like, yeah, like, I'm going to be at this karaoke, like, I'll see you at the karaoke bar. So
I stand by that,
I ignored him the whole night.
This doesn't work on Australians.
Guys, this didn't work. I ignored him the whole night. I got up and I sang Take a Chance on Me to him.
Did you point at him?
Yep, I pointed to him and went, take a chance on me, like that. Probably gave him the ick. And then he gets with my clone.
So basically, we actually nicknamed her Antigone because she really looked like Antigone.
You know Antigone from Love Island?
With the curly hair.
There is literally, like, my friend Mabel thought she was me. She was like, and then she was like, oh, like she had this blonde curly hair.
She looked exactly like Grace.
She looked exactly
All of a sudden,
like me.
a Grace clone appears and he's getting
and
with the
he
Grace
gets
clone.
with the Grace clone. Guys, this story gets even better. He leaves the club with Grace clone. Then it's like 2 a.m. We come out the club, and who is sat on a park bench? His best friend. So what do?
We go and befriend.
We go and befriend the best friend. We sit with him,
and we're like, what are they up to? He's like, what do you think they're up to?
He would just thought I was a psychopath. The friend was sat there when I went up to the Australian guy, being like, "You're so good looking." Like his friend was there the whole time. The next day, Australians moved into. We were staying in Airbnb, and they moved in next door. These 2 Australian guys. So, guys, we were literally so unhinged. So Amelia went out.
Amelia really fancied one of them.
What did she do? She like went out and was like,
oh no, we left a note.
That was no. So their number.
No, this is even funny. Amelia knocked on their door. 4 in the morning. She knocked on his door. He answered. I was there for that.
No. You're skipping ahead because how did we get their number? No, before all this, we somehow got their number. No, you've gone ahead.
Oh my god.
Before all of this, we somehow got their number because me and Amelia were ringing them.
We slipped them a note.
No, because me and Amelia went and gave them the note after that because they weren't answering the phone. So what did we do? It was like 11. We went and wrote a note just being like, hi, it's the British girls from next door. If you want to come out with us, like meet us at this bar. No, so that was the night before that.
Oh, it's actually
us 3 went to their door at like 2 a.m. Us 3, like us and Amelia, knocked on the Australian's door and was like, are you guys coming out? And they were like, it's 2 a.m. Like, we're not gonna come out.
He went, are you girls okay?
He thought we were getting murdered.
It was like 4 in the morning. He had a bed head.
Megan was like, oh sorry, like we just didn't quite want to come out. They actually probably thought it was so desperate. But the next
there was no bars open. It was actually 4 in the morning.
And then the next
in an Italian village.
The next day
there
I'm
was
pretty
no bars
sure.
open. It went
Why
did it go really awkward?
So it got really awkward because I kind of had an epiphany like 3/4 through the night that I didn't actually fancy this man, and then I was just trying to avoid him, and then
I remember we kept running to the smoking area too. We sound like children, like we
literally are children though. Like we this was like a year ago. I had an epiphany and I was like, I actually don't really fancy him. Like, what am I doing? Why am I running around? Like, I was obsessed with this Australian man for like the whole night until like the last 5 minutes, and then literally the next day we were walking around Sorrento like hungover, about to go to the airport, and we see them like looking for souvenirs.
No, and they're like, hi girls.
Hi, we're like, oh hi.
Oh, and they had
I've
their
got
backpacks
goosebumps
on.
thinking about it.
Because I realised actually they were quite a lot older than us.
Yes, I think they were in their 30s or like 28.
Yeah,
we were 20.
They were 30, but
they
were
looked
older.
old.
There was a couple of Italians as well, like actual Sorrentinas.
They're not Gnocchi. Gnocchi Sorrentina, are you alright? What do you mean? They're not called Sorrentinas.
Sorrentians.
That's a thing.
They were skippers, right? They were skippers. They did the boats.
Yes.
And then we tried to get them to come to I really did fancy
the karaoke bar was our place.
And we tried to get them to come to the karaoke bar, but they didn't like the owner of the karaoke bar, and he didn't want Italians in there. He just wanted the English and the Americans.
Yeah.
So the actual Sorrentinas were not allowed in the karaoke bar.
That's actually so
sweet. It was a forbidden love.
Yeah, so what happened? Where did he go?
Oh, he just went to the other club.
That's not even the last of our girls' trips. Saatchi.
Oh.
Saatchi, dare I say, had the most iconic stories. Like,
because you can't really make this Bulgari story up.
We were just 3 single girls in Saatchi for the first time.
I think we might have told it in the vlog though.
I don't know if we did, because I don't think we wanted to tell how we got the Bulgari experience.
I think we should tell them.
I think we should tell them.
So we get to.
This is a really iconic story, by the way.
We get to the apartment. It's quite funny because you probably have seen all these TikToks about
us getting this personal
and it looks really
Bulgari experience.
It does look very glamorous, but it's actually really not.
Here's the realities.
So we obviously get to our apartment, and I accidentally booked the Airbnb for one person because I didn't really think you know when you're just looking for an Airbnb, like I just put one person in. I didn't think that it, because it's at the end of the day it's one apartment. I didn't think it would change
the price.
It's not like we need multiple rooms.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't think it was to change the price. It's one apartment, should just be a flat rate, but it isn't. Don't make my mistake. You have to put in the amount of people that are staying.
If they charge you extra.
They charge you more. So we get to the apartment, and in the car I thought I better tell him there's 3 people, because like we're turning up with 3 of us, and then this causes like the biggest. He makes him so angry. He's like, I'm refusing to give you the key.
He actually said that because at first we lied and said no, there is just one of us coming, and he said if I find out you're lying,
I've got eyes everywhere in this village. How threatening
They
is
said
that?
I know everyone in Saatchi and I will find out if you're lying.
I've
to
got
me.
eyes everywhere.
And this was us. We were on the way to the villa.
So you've got to
The
think
villa
there
apartment.
was a potential that we could be homeless and stranded in Saatchi.
It was really scary. It was
been told
basically just a
not to give
huge
it to you.
ordeal to get into the apartment.
Alejandra's like arguing with him over the phone.
He was so rude to us on the phone. He was like, "You're like 3 weird London girls.
he
You're
was
so
really,
spoiled."
Yeah, he was calling us brats and stuff.
Yeah, he called us a brat.
Like,
It just wasn't a good vibe. And then on top of that, the apartment was horrible. It was a 1 bed with no aircon.
and what happens when we try to go to the toilet?
No, it literally gives me shivers.
We see a cockroach, right?
Who saw it?
It was me.
Yeah.
I saw it. Did you ever see it?
No.
So
No one
after-
ever saw it again.
Wait, I didn't make it up, I promise.
No, but like, and also
We lived with this
I've got a
cockroach.
huge fear of like bugs and insects.
Because we had a lot of PTSD, because we actually had a cockroach in our apartment in New York as well.
And we started crying.
And we were told, because I don't think people get that in England cockroaches don't exist.
They don't get it.
Cockroaches just don't exist over here. So like, I don't really understand. Like, they don't get that. To us, that's really scary.
Yeah, like we called our Airbnb man in Saatchi and we were like, there is a fucking cockroach in our bathroom, and he was like, and what?
He was like, get over it. He was kind of, he told us to grow up.
He literally said grow up and
We
get
got
over
told
the
to grow up.
cockroach.
So obviously this man was just awful, and then we ended up on the phone to his mum as well. The mum was like, I'm going to send some very nice boys for you. We were like, what does
this is the
mean?
funniest story.
We thought she was sending the son, and we were like, oh, he's coming up to our apartment.
He's gonna kill us.
We thought she was saying her son was a very nice man.
Yeah, she said, I'm going to send you some very nice boys to come get this cockroach. So we get a text saying, oh, you know, come down. So I'm like, guys, I'm going to go and collect whoever's down there to get the cockroach. I'm walking down with the shittest attitude. I'm like, whoever it is, I'm going to be really rude to them because they've been so horrible to us. I'm like expecting this to
We thought it was going to be the man that would be
I was expecting to answer the door to the son. I answer the door. It's 2 men in suits standing at our door. Bear in mind, I'm dishevelled because it's the morning. I'm in like weird. I've got no makeup on. My hair's not brushed.
We've been up since like 3 in the morning for a flight.
We
so
just
we've
like
just,
risen.
no one looks good when they've got off a flight.
We're just trying to piss, and there's a cockroach. So I'm like, so Alejandra and Grace are listening, and they're like, why is she being so nice? Like,
I knew it was not the man, because Grace said, oh, like, this the apartment, like, oh,
Thank you so much for coming.
Like, can you help us? Like, oh, we're just so scared.
Like, my attitude was so different.
We're damsels in distress, like, you have to help us.
So they were like, Alejandra and Grace were like, who is about to come up to our apartment? Enter 2 guys in suits, like...
And they work at Bulgari.
Our apartment was next door to Bulgari. And they knew the mum or the son or whatever. So they were there to get our cockroach, like Bulgari workers. And also, the worst part of this whole story is they never found the cockroach. So the whole week we were living with this cockroach.
We lived with a cockroach, but we got a reward.
Yeah, but we just, like, I remember once, I was like, Grace, can you, like, do you remember I couldn't go to the shower without I couldn't shut the door because I was so stressed out.
Yes.
And I was like, Grace, can you come and stand here whilst I shower? Like, I was so, because we're like,
the whole trip we were like,
one of it just falls on my head.
We actually nicknamed it Clementine, didn't we?
Yeah, we had to just become friends with Clementine because we were like, she could come out any second and we've just got to be like chill about it, but it wasn't chill.
Oh, believe me, it wasn't.
Yeah, so we got a reward. So Grace got one of the guy's number and he was like, just let me know if the cockroach comes back, because they were on their hands and knees looking for this cockroach, couldn't find it. Let me know if it comes back.
Oh, but also if you fancy coming and trying on some jewellery, like...
Well, that came because he saw Grace's WhatsApp, looked Grace up and was like, oh, you do social media?
Yes, he was like, you girls do Instagram, like,
yeah.
It'd be so good if you came, we could have some champagne, you can try on some jewellery. So on our last night, we
got dressed up.
We got all dressed up, we put our best outfits on, and we go and have champagne, and we had, like, there was times where we probably had like 2 million on us.
Or more.
Because we had like earrings, we had the necklaces, we had the bracelets, the watches, and we got some pictures in them. And I've never, like, imagine having, we have had £1 million worth.
I know.
Round, like, we've probably had more than what both our houses are worth combined.
Yeah, on
like, around our necks.
Like, it was,
is that not?
They were literally just like, pick anything you want, you can try anything on. And, like, we had watches, rings, earrings, necklaces. It was honestly, we were in there for like 3 hours just trying on jewelry,
trying everything
drinking
on.
Champagne. It was the most insane, and we really got along with the 2 Bulgari guys as well. So it was just it was such a good fun experience.
I will never ever forget that. I can't believe we've had.
I would say that was the best experience of my life.
Princess.
We actually saw a necklace that Anne Hathaway tried on.
Yes.
And they were showing
in the
us
advert or something. It made the trip as well that we did it on our last night, and we are going back this year, so hopefully we get to try on the necklaces again.
Yeah, Bulgari guys, if you're watching this, we want to see you again.
And do you know what's even funnier? We obviously were living in Paris, and over this winter months, the Bulgari store closes in Saatchi because no one goes there, and they moved, didn't they, to Paris? So we'd walk past and be like, oh, we know they're in there.
Crazy stuff happens. We were literally just taking pictures one day on a street, and this really pretty girl came up to us and was like, you guys seem really cool, like, do you want to come to a house party with me? And we were kind of
we could have got murdered,
we were
but
like,
we went.
Let's just see. We went to a beach club and we were a bit drunk, and we were like, let's just go to the house party. It was like a huge mansion overlooking the whole of Saint-Tropez. It was
in the
insane.
hills.
I just feel like if you like are thinking, oh, should I? It's because I was a bit scared to go on a girls' trip, to be honest. Because I was just like, oh, we're all gonna get along. Just do it. Like, it's like the most fun experience you'll ever have as a girls' trip.
I wasn't scared. It's intense, isn't it?
It's a long amount. Like, we went for a week, and it was a long amount.
And
of
also,
time.
it wasn't different rooms. It was all in one apartment, and it was a tiny apartment. Really.
Tiny, yeah. But just do it. Just do it.
It was fun.
Do you know what though? It makes me want to like go on like, I'd love to be a fly on the wall at a boys' trip, because I'm like, we get into carnage.
If we get into carnage,
imagine the carnage a boys' trip gets into.
I have heard stories.
Yeah.
I've been told stories.
Boys' trips, I know someone that went on a boys' trip, and one of them flew home early because he was like, you know how like boys take the piss out of each other?
He got so
took it personal
bullied.
and flew home.
That is so sad. Do you know what? I feel like we skipped the whole like Zante phase.
We actually had Zante.
We never did like Zante. I'm actually quite glad we didn't. We skipped straight to Saatchi.
We had Zante booked when we were like 18. And then we went into COVID.
We never did Zante. I think it would have been too intense for us. We never did Magaluf. We still haven't done Ibiza.
We've done Ibiza for one night, and that's like,
but I don't know.
So much fun, but I feel like
I don't know if we would actually enjoy Ibiza. I think Saatchi is perfect for us because it's like got the glamorous side to it,
but it's also clubby. Whereas I feel like,
but I do think Ibiza with the club would be too intense,
and it would be very. I really want to go to Ibiza, but
I want to do it once.
I want to go when I'm like 23. Or like,
yes.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm too young for Ibiza. We've never had an argument on
No, there
trips.
was not one argument.
Never one of our trips there's been arguments.
But I know I have my moments. So I know I probably have my.
What do you think is your worst moment on a girls' trip?
I feel like you've got something in mind.
No, I haven't. Actually, that's a funny question.
My worst moment?
I don't think you've had one.
Have I?
Oh. Maybe night one Barcelona.
Oh, my tooth chipped.
Her tooth chipped.
And I got really angry.
She was fuming.
Because I had a chipped tooth for the whole holiday. That wasn't good, was it?
No.
I made us all leave the club.
But like, that was a bit of a drunk moment.
Yes.
What's mine?
I was crying.
Yeah, you were literally hysterically crying. I've definitely like snapped at people on a girls' trip. Everyone had their moments.
Everyone has had their moments.
Low-key, I could name our group and name their moments.
Everyone's had their moments, and it's funny. It's something to joke about.
Now it's funny, yeah.
But me and Grace, our group are doing this thing where like everyone has to bring their own card games.
Oh, we need to
think of one. But we're not talking like snap. We're
talking like juicy
question,
gossip.
juicy.
Also, I feel like if we all bring a juicy gossip card game, it's going to be the same questions.
Well, as long as we don't buy the same card game. But then there's only so many card games.
That's what I'm saying. There's only so many juicy questions.
And I think next week we'll try and get a guest on.
Yeah, let us know. And we can let you know how Santorini went.
And obviously you'll see it in the vlog, but like you'll get the actual stories.
No, we should totally have. You're like my sister.
Yeah.
Imagine having. I don't know if she could come on though because she works at the NHS.
We so should get guests. Okay, well next week you're gonna have a guest.
A guest, or if you want like
You might see us
specific.
get more tanned. Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, I want to be tanned, a bit more fat maybe because we have tzatziki.
Tzatziki, hummus, Greek
Oh guys, bring it on. Bring it
on.
Bring it on. Okay, we'll see you next week for another episode.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. What did the Greeks say for bye?
I don't know any Greek. I just know Yaya's grandma.